Get lucky.
Donnie, the season is 6 months, 5 if you check out in September. You're going to have a bad month. The Yankees had a horrible month, that is true. But beyond that, their regular season looks okay. They're going to win their 90 games or maybe a little bit more and get to the postseason. What is everybody freaking out about?
Everybody freaks out. It's a Yankee tax and a Yankee fan tax as well, where every single season you enter into the equation going like, it's championship or bust.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Remember these names: A.Z. Fudd, Olivia Miles, Lauren Betts. Depending on who wins that lottery, that's going to depend on who goes what. If Washington wins, it's Fudd. She's from the area. If Dallas wins, they're going to bring Fudd to play with, obviously, Paige. If Minnesota wins, I think they go Miles with the point. If Seattle wins, they go with Miles, and the same thing with Chicago.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I don't like it. Does he think he's playing on the opening kickoff? Does he want to get a handoff at that point?
I mean, he's involved in the program. Here's the problem with James Franklin.
Why do coaches even run out with the football team? Like, Andy Reid doesn't run out with the Chiefs.
Yeah, but it's the NFL. This is college
what about
kids.
High school, college basketball? Do those
they're
guys
like a
run out
father figure. Well, they used to be like a father figuring. Now the kids are making more than the coach.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day here on the grid on a marvelous Monday Night Football Monday. Scott Wetzel and Gabriel Morency for the next 3.5 hours or so. We'll take it to the end of the game, depending on how long that lasts. Wall-to-wall football, though we do have some really terrific baseball series. We had a bunch over the weekend. We got a few today, including the Mets and Phillies. We'll take a peek at that. We got one WNBA game going on. But for the most part, Gabe, it's the NFL, which takes center stage. How was your Sunday? Hopefully you didn't bet all the overs like I did. What a disaster that was. Nice little hunch there, Scott. But how you doing, my friend? How was your Sunday? Now it's a Monday.
Yeah, unders were the tale of the weekend. 12-3 so far going into the final game. And it's ironic because this game you wouldn't really think would be like, oh, yeah, I want to bet the over of a Viking and a Bear game with a quarterback starting his first ever start on the road. But I like the over tonight. I think there's going to be points on the board tonight. There's been some line movement. Hell, the Vikings were -1.5 earlier in the day. The Bears are now 1-point favorites. And this just goes to show the power of money, right, and the public money. Because the fact of the matter is the Bears are without their starting cornerbacks. So the fact that there would be this, like, big line move, like, towards them. And it should be noted, guys, Jalen Johnson, the Chicago Bear cornerback, guys, he has really done a good job over the years on Justin Jefferson. And in fact, he's done the best job. He's basically like the only DB that, for whatever reason, frustrates Justin Jefferson. He's not there tonight. Kyler Gordon's not there tonight. J.J. McCarthy, yeah, he's on the road, Scott, but he's got a soft landing with a very beat up and a depleted Bear secondary.
Yeah. I tell you, Gabe, here's a great example of how trends, and I love trends. I really do. I got 1,000 trends on my website I give for every single game, whether it's baseball, football, right? But here's how trends like so finicky. So there was a great trend in this game. Monday night, home underdogs, week 1 against the spread, 29-13-1, right? If we were going to give it out with our 5 on the line. But now, so all right, so I put in Chicago Bears this afternoon. Give me the Bears plus the 1.5. Now the Bears are favored. So that trend gets thrown right out the window. So does that mean the Bears are going to lose, Scott, because they're now a 1.5-point favorite versus a 1.5-point underdog? No, I hope not anyway, since I got the Bears. But if you just rely on trends, it's a great example of how you'll just, it leads you to the path of nowhere. It really does. So now all of a sudden the Bears are a favorite versus an underdog. I do think the Bears win, Gabe. Go ahead.
I was going to say, there really are no trends for this game. For this.
No, you're right.
You can carry trends over. Like we talk about, Mike Tomlin is this, right? And Harbaugh with the Chargers is this. There's, okay, you got O'Connell, but you got J.J. McCarthy. It's his first ever game in the NFL. You've got a coach on the other sideline. It's his first game in the NFL. So, like past trends between these teams, They don't mean anything to me. It's a football game. It's the first game of the year. Weather seems to be fine. There's a lot of story about the field, Scott. There've been 5 concerts in this stadium over the last 10 days or so, and the field was pretty bad earlier in the day. I know they've been working on it all day long, but I like the Vikings. You said you like the Bears in this game. Why do you like the Bears?
Rookie quarterback in essence, right? He's making his NFL debut on the road. That's tough in Chicago at night, no less. Great city, great town, great fan base. It's going to be rocking there, no two ways about it. I got to see J.J. McCarthy before I put American money on him, Gabe. That's having him need to win the football game, right? In essence, he's 1.5-point underdog. But
did you not see him
actually win?
Did you not see him win 27 times with the Michigan Wolverines and win a national championship?
I know, but he doesn't have Jim Harbaugh on the sidelines anymore, right? So let me see.
He's got Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell's a batter. Yeah, not that he's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's my thing actually with JJ. That a lot of people think that JJ McCarthy is a game manager quarterback. Dude, Jim Harbaugh makes Justin Herbert into a game manager quarterback. Right?
Yeah,
so
just
because Michigan didn't throw it 35 times a game doesn't mean that he can't, right? Michigan does not. Harbaugh does not. They have a formula. He ran the formula and they won. I get it, Scott, first road game and all this, but should be noted, you know where he's from. He's actually from Chicago. So this is a homecoming for J.J. McCarthy. And it's fun. His first ever game that he went to, there's pictures of him at the game, was, of course, the Chicago Bear game, but against the Minnesota Vikings, the game that, Peterson ran for 278 yards or whatever. He was actually there. So it's funny he comes full circle from a kid going to a Viking game on Monday Night Football, his first ever game, to actually starting, talking about some synergy. And, yeah, he's a rookie, Scott, but he got drafted last year. So he had a full year of hanging around an NFL team, practice, camps, etc. I'm pulling the trigger, guys. We'll get to my best bets. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings in this football game. I expect it to be a little bit higher scoring than people. I think both teams are going to get to the 20s tonight. So give me the over 43.5. Give me the Vikings. Now I'm getting +1 instead of the money line. I'm not scared of McCarthy, Scott. Give me McCarthy over 221.5 passing yards. I think, the Vikings their playbook isn't designed to run the ball. And they didn't change their playbook. They're running their playbook. They're going to throw the football. McCarthy over 221.5 passing yards. Give me Caleb Williams over 218.5 passing yards. One of the things I love about week 1 game, Scott, you're not the biggest touchdown score prop player, but you get much better odds in week 1 than you will later on in the season. Just point blank. What are you getting Justin Jefferson at +130 to score a touchdown? He's normally -150. So, yeah, I'm going to play all these plus money touchdown score props, and we hit 2 of them. We make money. Jefferson +130, Swift +140, Aaron Jones +175, Hawkinson +210, and I like Hawkinson a lot, Scott, over 4.5 receptions. Younger quarterbacks, it's, they like their tight ends. You know what I'm saying? And TJ Hawkinson's one of the best tight ends in the game. He's a big part of this offense. Jefferson is 6.5. So I think Jefferson scores a touchdown. His prop is 6.5 catches. He probably gets to 7. Like I said, Johnson's not on him today. He's out. But I look for Hawkinson, Scott, to score a touchdown and have a big game.
All right, I got a bunch of things. I'll start with my SGP same game parlay, which we usually do at about 24 past the hour, but we're going to use it for the football game. So why don't we throw it out now, guys? SGP same game parlay. All right, I'm going to put together, Gabe, a sack parlay. Here's why. Chicago, last year, I know they did a whole lot for their offensive line. I get that. But he was sacked. Caleb Williams was sacked 68 times last year. That ties for the 3rd most since they've been tracking sacks. 3rd most. I'm guessing Minnesota's going to get a couple. Now I got in essence, rookie quarterback. I got a guy making his NFL debut. I'm guessing Chicago's going to get a couple of sacks. He's going to be a little nervous, right? So I'm going to put together a sack parlay. 4 guys, each to get at least 1 sack. Jonathan Greenard, Javon Hargrave for Minnesota, and then we'll use Montez Sweat and the big guy Grady Garrett for the Bears. It pays 44-1 when I put it in this afternoon. No joke, I put it in, and 10 minutes later, because I keep it up in my little thing there with FanDuel, it lowered it to 33-1. Not because I bet it for a couple dollars. Don't get me wrong, but I think we're going to get a ton of sacks. I choose those 4 guys. I wouldn't mind using some of those individually as well. I love the over Bears separately. All right, that pays 44.62 as you saw. I'm going to go over Bears team total, 21.5 points. I think they get some scores. I got to go Caleb Williams over 2. I got it at 214.5 passing yards. I like that, as you said that. And then we'll have some fun. DJ Moore over 57.5 yards receiving, his number 1 receiver. And then both teams have scored 2 touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. 60-1, just to have a little fun on that. We got a couple more plays that we can throw out before the game starts. So come right back. In-game live game day here on the Grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
This is the moment every fan waits for. The countdown's over. The road to kickoff has begun.
Play is here to stay.
I'm not going to name names, Kevin.
From win totals to player props, from division races to MVP debates, we've got eyes on every camp and data feeding 24/7, breaking down every angle across the league. Every pick, every edge, every line that matters. SportsGrid. Your road to kickoff starts now.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, game day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe just getting underway. Football game will kick off in about 2-3 minutes through the commercials. So just to recap those plays, I know I threw them at you real quickly there. You got our SGP. I like the Bears over 21.5 points. Not going to worry about who's really going to win, although I think Chicago's going to win. But give me the Bears or over 21.5 points. I'm going to use Caleb Williams over 214, whatever the number is. I know it may be bumped up a little bit. I like his passing yards. I think he goes for 250 plus today. I had one, and we'll throw it out there. I can't believe Caleb Williams was less versus J.J. McCarthy passing yards. So I'll go Caleb Williams passing yards minus 102 versus McCarthy. Got to go DJ Moore as number 1 wide receiver, over 57.5 yards receiving. Each team to score 1 touchdown and 1 field goal each half. And we did that last week. This is just one of those goofy bets I'm going to do all the time until it hits. 17-1. And then we'll do the both teams scoring 2 rushing touchdowns for the entire game, 2 passing touchdowns as well. Like Gabe, I think we're going to get some points. Is it going to hit? You know what? For 60-1, I like making Gabe a little check sheet. And every time I get a touchdown, I can just check off 1, check off 2. Okay, it's going to, again, for a couple bucks, it's 60-1. You never know. It's not really not that much, right? So hopefully we get some points tonight.
The sack prop is a fun one you got. You're asking for a lot, but it's nice odds. I like your DJ Moore play, 57.5 yards. I got in on that one as well. Another one I like, guys, and I tell you what, J.J. McCarthy, his number's weird, Scott. I bet it, and I got like 221, and it was 221.5. Right after I bet it, they moved it to like 225.5. And I thought, all right, well, I guess it's moving in my direction. Now I see it's 216.5 right now. So, like, these numbers, betting early in the day isn't always better. I'll put it that way. Sometimes you think, look at you. Like you talked about, the Bears being underdogs and now they're favorites, etc. So stuff changes, and sometimes it changes for the better. We are really getting ready to kick off, but I like J.J. McCarthy over 1.5 touchdown passes, plus 120 as well. I think he's going to throw the ball like a normal quarterback tonight, and we're off and running. The Vikings get the ball first, Wetzel, so the Bears will get the ball to start the second half.
All right. What do you make of the Bears being favorites? It's probably the most insignificant 3-point move, right? You're going from plus 1.5 to minus 1.5, so that's a 3-point swing. So it is insignificant in that, if you're betting one of the two sides, you're betting on that team to win regardless, right? You don't think the Bears this afternoon, right? You're not taking the Bears because you think they're going to lose by 1. But what do you make of that move?
I make it's the public betting on the home team, the public betting on Ben Johnson at home. And I think a lot of people in the public are anti-J.J. McCarthy, or they don't know what they're going to get from J.J. McCarthy, or they expect him not to be good. I think that's why this number, because like I said, the Bears are the ones with the injuries, right? You want to talk about the most significant, impact of this football game, it is that Jalen Johnson is out of this game. As I stated, look up the numbers of Jalen Johnson and Justin Jefferson. Every wide receiver, and it's funny, Scott, if you talk to star wide receivers, if you ask a Jerry Rice or Randy Moss or something, you say, who's the DB that got you the most? They won't say a Charles Woodson or Revis was a real load. It'll always be some random guy, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll say, some random dude, man. He just, me and him just went at it, and I couldn't. Sort of like hitters in baseball. Right, so I'm not saying Johnson's not a really good player, but Johnson and Jefferson go at it. It's one of those, he gets in Jefferson's face. Jefferson doesn't like him. The Vikings were very pleased to find out that Johnson was out tonight. We'll see if they're able to exploit it. And you got Kyler Gordon out for the Bears secondary as well.
All right, so we really should get some points, Gabe, but, I said that all yesterday, man. My hunch,
who knows?
Okay, with these kickoffs being, leading teams to get to the 30, 35-yard line, which they pretty much did, but you said it, 3 games this week, and one, the Kansas City game, had no business going over, but, okay, it snuck over, right? But other than that, you had the goofy Jets game, which had the lowest number, and then last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Scott. And Aaron Rodgers didn't play in the preseason. Look at Joe Burrow. You and I watched him play in the preseason.
Yeah.
The Bengals did. They ended up winning the game. Yeah. I was going to say, I think you got a sack here. I don't think you got back to the line of scrimmage.
Ooh.
So, yeah, there's a sack. I'll let you know. He got sacked.
Who is it?
I'm not sure. We'll get you the. I'll get you the exact player here. It was third. It was 3rd and 2. He dropped back to pass, and nobody was open. And he tried to take off for it. He didn't get it, but he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage even. So it's going to be a sack. I think it was number 99.
Sometimes they rule, if it's a design pass, then it's a sack. If it's we're not sure. Sometimes they don't get
I know. No, but that wasn't a run, Scott. He dropped back to pass, was in trouble, tried to get out of it, and got taken down at the line. I'll get you. We'll get the exact box score here. And also, should be noted, you got half a sack too, Scott, right? There's assisted sacks. Yeah.
I swear to God, I was going to ask you that. I don't do sacks too often, right?
They both get there at the same time. You get a half a sack.
Does that count? Do I get a half a sack? Or does
That's
it have to be a full sack? I mean,
No,
it's a sack,
that's not
right?
a full sack. That's half a sack. You need another leg. That's a half a sack.
What, do I need another half, or does that count? I mean, it
Let's
is
see. Sack. So you got a full one. Dexter.
Oh,
no.
I don't got
Dexter.
Like
Garvin Dexter. You're telling me he's the one of all these dudes that you don't have?
I don't have him. I got 50 guys, and he's the guy I don't have. You know what you really should do with those sacks? I don't play too often, right? I really don't. But I figured we'd have a bunch. You should play the guys who don't start. You know, if you know the defenses, who comes in passing situations, who comes in third downs, bet those guys, because those guys, their role is to get a sack, right? That's why they're in the game versus, the Montez Sweats are in there all the time and maybe won't get a sack just because he's got so many
The thing
other
is, Scott,
responsibilities.
it's almost like a home run. A sack is hard. It's hard to get a sack.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, look, the record's 23, whatever, 23 and a half, whatever. You know what I mean? It is with with Strahan, et cetera. So
think about this.
It's hard.
Think about this.
It's hard to get sacks.
Hendrickson had the most last year at 17 and a half. The next guy had 14. That's one sack a game.
So you want pretty good odds. Yeah, you want pretty good odds. Like, if you play the sack props. People don't talk about defensive props much, do they, Scott? But I like them as well. You know what I like? I like the tackle props. Like a team is going to run the ball all the time, and you just sort of take that linebacker on the other team. I love that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're underway. No score. Vikings with the football. Bears now haven't they punted? So in-game live game day here continues on the grid.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more, because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt, which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game one, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live game day here on the grid. So opening drive for the Vikings, 3 and out. Bears had the ball. They're on the move. They do have a third and I see 5 at the Minnesota 30-yard line. So they're already in field goal range if they decide to go for it, if they don't get on first down here on the third down. So Bears already up to 3.5, flip from 1.5 point favor. We'll say, this afternoon, 1.5 point dog, but it did move to the Bears being favored by 1.5, and now it's a 3.5, figuring that they're going to get at least a field goal here. So over under number, oddly enough, down to 41.5. But I think this is going to be a fast game. I mean, we're going to be here until it ends. We may be out by our normal 10 o'clock time here.
Don't say that.
We're midway through the first.
No.
With the jinx on it. I know. With the jinx
Lightning, delays. It is Chicago. Who knows?
Protests, guys running on the field.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Yeah, people from PETA. I don't know. They're angry about something. Exactly.
The Bears. You shouldn't be named the Bears anymore. Yeah.
Don't move the stadium. Like, who knows? Exactly. But the Bears, as you stated, the Bears moving the ball into, they were in the field goal range, and looks like they just picked up another first down. Was that in Dunze? It is. So Caleb's looking good, but it's one of these deals where is this in bounds? Caleb is saying, hurry up. There's 1 foot. And
did he get an elbow down? Did he get an elbow?
Looks like a good catch.
Brian Callahan for Tennessee. I don't know if you saw that or not. You know what's amazing? 2 things, right? One, the head coach doesn't know. Okay, that stupid is as stupid does. And more surprisingly to me, no one in Tennessee's front office, upstairs, whatever you want to call it, all their assistants, no one, the people that are supposed to know when to challenge and not to challenge, they all said don't challenge. So all those guys.
And then he got into it with the media after Scott about it. And then he got defensive after, right? Like his first game, he got into it with them pretty good. He's like, yeah, why don't you do it? Like he really it's like, bro. Like, it's game 1. Don't pick a fight. Like, there's a saying. You know, the coach, a smart coach once said, don't pick a fight with the media. They never run out of ink. Right? Yeah. They'll just come at you. Like, they won't, like, just don't. Right? That whole, I'm telling you, I've been around sports. God's been around sports. I've seen this before, like, with coaches and stuff about not upsetting them. Because, once you do, you know, that relationship starts. But, hey, they're the Tennessee Titans. They did cover the number, ironically enough, by half a point.
Yeah, they did.
And how about Denver turned the ball over a million times? They're fighting with each other on the sidelines. It was an emotional weekend, actually. Like, you know, I don't know if you saw Michigan and Oklahoma. Bo Schembechler was rolling in his grave. Everything's about the team with Michigan. They were fighting on the sidelines. Like, just, you know, one of the players went after the coach. It was like, welcome to NIL, Scott. You create a monster, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You want to pay your running back $3 million a year? Don't be surprised if he melts off after at you. Right? It's not like, I'm scared of the coach. It's like, I'm making more as much as you are, coach. So whatever, bro. Right? And I'll be in the NFL next year, or I'll leave. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't like it? I'll go play for Ohio State. I'll go play for LSU if you don't like it. Right? And so they were out of control. Malik Neighbors lost it on Dable yesterday in the first game of the year. Like, it's happening already. A lot of temper, Scott.
Yeah, first week, for goodness sakes. But I saw Underwood going at it with one of his players. It's true, they may not make more than the head coach, but they absolutely make more than the assistant coaches, these college kids. So at least some of them anyway. That's where you created a monster. These kids all need their numbers and everything. And you said it's the threat of like, all right, I'll just transfer. I don't even have to sit out anymore. You know, it used to be if you transfer, you had to sit out a year. There's no reason for that. What do we got?
We've got our first touchdown of the game. And I didn't take it. We didn't give it, actually. We got caught up and everything else. Caleb Williams scores the first touchdown of the game.
Wow.
Caleb Williams, a 9-yard rush. Looks very good. He took off, like, kind of looked like a quarterback that would be taken number 1 overall. Very good drive. I thought Minnesota played too soft a coverage, like on the passes. They were just dropping back. It's like, guys, it's Caleb Williams. Like, what are you dropping so far back? Like, he's not going to complete a bunch of bombs on you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and he played dink and dunk all the way down the field. And he just popped one from the 9-yard. It was actually it was technically a 9-yard touchdown, guys, but not real nice run, Scott. You know, very athletic. Took off, looked fast, got into the end zone. We got a 7-0 football game. Let's see if JJ and the Vikings can respond.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. You know, he did what Justin Fields didn't do for whatever reason yesterday. You know, he had the opportunity to throw. It wasn't there. Rolled out a little bit. Saw a little lane and didn't, you know, commit himself to throwing. And actually, you know, it's one thing to throw all the time. It's one thing to run all the time. You got to find the happy medium, Gabe. I thought Justin Fields yesterday, we talked about it. He just seemed committed to throw the ball when he should have run it a couple of times. That time, Caleb made the right decision. All right, 7-0. We'll update the lines when we come back.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football, because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more, because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt? Which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game one, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, oh, it's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe watching a little football, a little Monday Night Football, little Monsters of the Midway. Minnesota, Alan Page, Carl Eller versus Dick Butkus and the Chicago Bears. Not quite, but we have what we have. 7-0 Bears scored their first possession.
Think of how about Mike Tomczak?
Mike
versus Wade Wilson.
Like yeah. Good one. Yeah, Wade Wilson and Mike Tomczak. Exactly.
Wade Wilson versus Mike Tomczak. Vikings versus Bears.
Can we go at least go Jay Cutler? We'll go Jay Cutler, right? So not too bad. So how
many times I didn't see? How many times these two teams played? Normally, you see the record and stuff, but man, like off the top of my head,
gazillion.
Like let me see, all time. Let me see what the all-time record. You got to figure this is like
at least 100. 150
yeah, like the 104. Yeah, like how long have they been playing? 70, 80 years type thing, these two? Like they've been playing a long time.
Same division every year. Yeah. I'm guessing it's pretty close to even. I think the Chicago probably dominated early, and then Minnesota. You know what? I bet Minnesota.
Well, Minnesota made it to 4 Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
In a row,
I think
70s,
Minnesota has it.
Yeah. All right, here it is. The Vikings lead the overall series 68-58-2.
Yeah, I figured about 125 games or so.
Right? Like we said, it's a lot of football. Like you said, there's big time rivalry. This division is true where they really don't like each other for real, right? Like all the teams, there's always, I know there's always just sort of, it's always big when these divisions. Some game in division not the same. AFC South, who cares, right? But they find themselves in a third down again. They got to stay ahead of the sticks here. If you're the Minnesota Vikings, and put JJ in some good spots, it's third and 4. And I tell you what, he just got sacked again.
Wow. See, that's what I think
it was Dexter. I think it was Dexter. Like he took off.
No, that's Dexter again. I don't have him.
He was the one. I think it is. I think was it Dexter last time? I think this time it's Dexter. Let's see. I don't know. It's a weird one, this one, bro. Like, look at the highlight here, Scott. Like, they basically grabbed his shoelace and he fell. Like, he tripped. Like, it was a weird one. So, you look at it right here. Like, it wasn't like they got him. Yeah. It's not JJ's fault. It's not like, JJ is, like, stumbling and bumbling out there. He's dropping back. No one's open. And he keeps, like, taking off, and he keeps on getting tackled as he takes up. But Rough start for the Vikings offense so far. Now they put the Bears back on the field pretty quickly here.
That would have been a first down, but he just got, a little shoestring tackle there. They give a Dexter Sr. again. I can't believe it.
So this guy's got 2 sacks.
Yeah, that's not helping us, Dexter.
So you had the right. You had the right.
Premise.
Thought. Yeah, you had the right thought. Thought process here. You've got the sacks early. They're blowing. One thing we'll give credit to, it's early, but they're blowing up the Vikings offensive line. Like the Bears defensive line, like the pocket, it's collapsing around JJ. Like JJ's in the pocket, and like there's just white jerseys getting pushed back at him.
Give us a 7.5, which I guess makes sense. 7-0, right? 7-0 at 43.5. So kind of listen. Somewhere along the line, they got to go to Justin Jefferson or vice versa and say, all right, you know what? We let the kid have a couple of series here. Things didn't kind of work out. He needs, let's get the Justin Jefferson involved here. Throw him, even if it's gave it just a little slant, just a little like 2 yards.
You got to get a play. Just get the offense going.
Yeah. Get a little going. Get his first completion. Just kind of get them on the move there a little bit. So, but at least they're trying to throw the ball, but it's not
total's falling to 43.5 now. It went up to 45.5. After the touchdown, it peaked at 45.5. And so it's the original number right now. Like Scott said, the Bears now minus 7.5. That might be a little bit of an overreaction, but we'll see. The Bears offense looked good on that first drive. They moved the ball down the field pretty systematically. Minnesota's defense was pretty soft, to be honest, on that drive. And I'm almost getting flashbacks now. There was so much talk about J.J. McCarthy coming into this game, but think about the Minnesota Vikings in big games last year on national television, especially late in the year. Right? They got lit up. Yeah. No, they got lit up. Yeah. Remember the Lions game was an embarrassment. The play of the Rams game was an embarrassment. They just sort of got smashed late. And historically, isn't that how you think of the Vikings, Scott? They're okay, but they always lose. They always lose when it matters, right? One of those teams, they'll never, and it always, remember years ago, like when the Giants were in the Super Bowl era and stuff, I remember the Vikings went there years ago with Ed Parcells, and it was super cold, and they lost 41-0 or something, Scott, in the conference championship game. Just a lot of duds over the years for the Vikings.
I remember that. Yeah, they won in Minnesota. Yeah. I remember Joe Cap couldn't win the Super Bowl. They didn't. Fran Tarkenton take them to the Super Bowl. They could never win that great big game. Wasn't there?
They were the Bills before the Bills.
Yeah, absolutely, they were.
In the 70s, they made it to 4 Super Bowls in the 70s.
Yeah, and weren't even competitive in any of them. Honestly, they really lost to Pittsburgh. They lost to the Dolphins. Lost to Kansas City.
Couple of ones. The Randall Cunningham. Randy Moss teams and stuff.
Lost to the Falcons.
The guys, they were 15 and 14-2 or whatever at the time. 15
just
1. Dominant.
15-1 they were.
Yeah. And bounced in the playoffs. Dante Culpepper had a really good Viking team once. Bounced in the playoffs. It's just been their thing, right? And not just their thing in the playoffs, but sort of these prime time. A good example is Kirk Cousins, Scott. People talk about, Kirk Cousins' primetime record, how bad it is. That's the Vikings. He was on the Vikings for a lot of those.
Yeah.
Right? The Vikings in prime time have been bad. I know it's J.J. McCarthy's first start, but they're all bad right now. Look at it. Where's the defense, Scott? Caleb Williams is running around like he's playing against Washington State again right now.
I mean, if they score again, I know, listen, they got a long ways to go, but, if they go up 2 scores, he was talking about J.J. McCarthy and this and that, and it's true, but then you got Caleb Williams, who's obviously has a whole lot to prove this year also, right? It's not like he's not coming in with a little bit of scrutiny from last season, that's for sure. So, it's only opening day, but it is a big game, kind of a moment of truth. I will say, when they were doing it, I know it's goofy, but when they were doing the national anthem game, they go down the line and they went to McCarthy, and I'll tell you what, he had his game face on. It wasn't like he was afraid or fidgeting. Sometimes nervousness kind of kicks in, or some guys just laugh. He had his game. I was like, oh, okay, this guy's ready to play. Not that it's necessarily his fault so far, but it hasn't, amounted to anything so far in offense for them. So,
and Ben Johnson's offense so far, still early. Number one, Ben Johnson I thought there was too much Ben Johnson talk. Like, I'm like, settle down. It's not Bill Walsh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these people are like, oh, Ben Johnson. Well, was it the Packers or, the Lions have a problem? Their offense did not work yesterday. Now we're seeing here the Bears. I don't want to, give them coach of the year yet here. Let's slow down. But it was a nice first drive. I think the Vikings defense has been soft in this game to start. Look at their DBs, guys. Like, when you watch this game, like, they're not even in the screen. Like, there's, they drop back so far, and I don't get it. Like, they're giving Caleb way too much respect. And look, he just dumps it off over the middle, and it picks up 9 yards because they're all dropped back so far. But so I should say, Scott, it's not like the Bears are, like, picking them apart. It's kind of like the Vikings. I don't understand the scheme the Vikings are playing. They're making it too easy for Caleb.
7 of 7 for 60, 8 of 8 now for 60 yards. Yeah, you have to throw it an incompletion. I would just as soon say, you know what? Prove me wrong. I'm going to play my wide receivers up tight. I'm going to play man-to-man in your face defense versus lay back. And if I play man-to-man, Gabe, and I get beat for a 40-yard bomb, then so be it. Okay, the kid proved me a little something. But I'm not going to give him an open window. I mean, anybody in the NFL can complete 5, 10-yard passes, and that's what they're doing. The old Hank Stram, just matriculate the ball down the field. And he's doing a good job of it so far. They're already in.
They did just a stop. They did just get a stop.
All right.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt? Which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game 1, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 1. Watching a little football, a little baseball as well, Gabe. And I don't even know I should bring it up because we've yet to see it so far this year. And I know you've played it a number of times.
Again, huh? Again?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where's this?
Let
me guess. I'm looking. Let me guess.
Okay.
So, I'm looking here. It's got to be Cleveland, KC.
Cleveland, KC. Yeah. No hitter, 7. It's bottom of the 7th, but Kansas City batting.
How about this guy? 10-0 and 15 hits to none for the Guardians. What a box score. 10-0, 15 hits.
15 hits.
All right, so it's the perennial. Let me check the odds, Scott, and see what it is for the no-hitter. All right.
Yeah. You know, which as you check that, I'll let you know. You know, the weird thing about it is, or the oddity, whatever you want to call it, Steve Ciccone, the pitcher for the Guardians, he's still under his strikeout total. Guy's throwing a no-hitter through 7, right? And he still needs one more strikeout. His strikeout total was 3.5. Can you imagine the guy throwing
that's crazy.
no-hitter?
Imagine you lose that bet and he threw a no-hitter.
No-hitter.
He'll be like, "What a game!" You'd be like, "Yeah, I lost my prop. He didn't get there."
Yeah.
You will not believe the odds here for this.
He's got 91 pitches, so he could go. You know, it's only 2 more innings for him. I would think it would
plus
be
290.
Oh, that's horrible. Are you kidding me?
Normally
290. That's it?
Guys. We've done this on the show. I've taken it. I've gotten like 10-1, 8-1, like 12-1, even in the 7th inning type of deal. 6 innings. So he's got 2 more to go. So. Still, this should be like plus 500, plus 600. We haven't had a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Like that, plus 290? Come on. That's not good enough.
Yeah. Although what happened to your Dodgers is just criminal Saturday night. That is just like, I wasn't even paying attention, Gabe, right? It was college football Saturday, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know.
And I actually had a baseball money line parlay. They put 5 teams just to have some fun, right? And I see the score. Dodgers lose 4-3. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm at work, right? And I'm just prepping again for the Sunday show with me and Mike Blewett.
From a no-hitter. And out.
Yeah. Someone on Twitter sends out a tweet, with a no-hitter in play, the outfielder should have made a better attempt. I'm like, no-hitter in play? What's he showing? A game from like 2-3 years ago? Hey, that's stupid. Dodgers lost 4-3. What are you talking about, no-hitter? So then I say, all right, well, let me just check this out, because I did see the score 4-3. And lo and behold, the Dodger pitcher 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, and he not only loses the no-hitter, they lose the game 4-3. Wow. You talk about in-game live betting.
It's a
hunch I like
It's been a couple of times. Yamamoto's he's one, Scott, that he's going to get one of these days. It's been like, it's almost like routine for him now, where he gets to like the 5th, 6th. If he doesn't give a home run up in the first, like a lot of pitchers, you know what I mean? But if he gets through that first, like it's been a couple of times. That's just, that's the synopsis of the Dodgers, like last couple of weeks, really, to be honest. They got the win yesterday, obviously. It's amazing that San Diego couldn't really do anything with it. They were both 3-7 in the last 10, which is just incredible. I'm being positive, glass half full here from the Dodger perspective. Number one, the Phillies keep getting injured. But from the Dodger perspective, better now, Scott. We're still a month away from the playoffs. You know what I mean? Let's get to the playoffs, get to the series, get the bad luck out of the way, get the bad everything out of the way. Like the Dodgers, they are. And one thing, too, the Dodgers, everybody always thinks they're too soft. Not soft, Scott, but nonchalant. You know what I mean? Not enough passion. Right? And we won, and then you got a bunch of rich guys. Like, where's the anger? Like, and I'll be honest with you, like, you'll see the Dodgers, like, when they lose, they don't look angry often, right? Because they're used to winning, and they don't panic and stuff. But I like that I've seen over the last 2 weeks or so, they're mad, right? Dave Roberts is ripping people publicly for the first time in a long time. Like, he's mad. Freddie Freeman had some pretty strong words. Like, they're trying. Like, they're going to fight their way through this funk. So, you're right, though, Scott. Fast first quarter, huh? First play of the second quarter coming up right now. Vikings 1st and 10 on their own 30. Let's go, JJ. If you're going to do something, let's get this party going for over-bettors as well. The total will start at the stall, and they open up the playbook. You said it, Scott. You called it.
Yeah.
And so did I about just like, let's just start running the offense. Enough with this like little handoff and 3rd and 2. And like, what do they do? First play here, Scott. He threw a bomb. Like,
there you go.
I like it. Like, let's do this for real. And they got bailed out. Pass interference.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It doesn't necessarily even have to be a completion. You got to stretch the defense a little bit. So, we've yet to have an incomplete pass, if you don't want to count that one, which technically it's not. It doesn't count as a pass attempt. McCarthy's 1 for 1, and Caleb is 9 for 9. So how goofy is that?
Impeccable quarterback play, Wetzel. We're being treated to a quarterback clinic.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get to 44 points. I got to tell you, watching so far these offenses.
Don't freak me out here. Like the Vikings score a touchdown here. The wheels open up a little bit again. The wheels get going, but let's see if they stall or not. All right, they're throwing the ball again, and he's under pressure again, and he finally gets to use his legs. You know, I was going to get in on this, and I didn't. I got flustered right before the game starting here. We were on the air. The thing is, it wasn't light. It was 17.5, Scott. J.J. McCarthy's rushing yard prop. Rookie quarterback, taking off, you know what I mean? Maybe freaking out a little bit under pressure. And we have seen 3 times tonight, like, his tendency is to take off. You talked about, like, hanging in the pocket. You know, he is athletic, Scott. Like, he's more athletic than people. Like, you're going to see when he runs. He can run, the kid, and he's big, too. He's like 6'3". He's not Josh Allen, Herbert big, but he's a big kid, this dude. Nice scramble. Looked like he picked up about 8 or 9, whatever, 10. It was a first down, but
he's fast.
They're basically on the 10-yard line now, guys. And here's Naylor. I like Naylor's prop, guys. And then they took it off the board. Naylor has a broken hand, and then they took him off the board, Scott. They put him back on, so I scratched Naylor. I don't think he has a catch now anyways, but just for the record, Naylor is playing. There was a lot of talk about him, whether he was or not through the day.
McCarthy's numbers, he's got 11 attempts or 11 yards, 22.5 now. You know what? I've seen him, scramble a couple times. He's pretty fast, and he's not afraid to. I think he goes over that 22.5. I'd play that again.
Let's jump in. I agree.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football, because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more, because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt, which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game 1, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, oh, it's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid, closing out hour number one with certainly the black cloud. We're not going to have a black cloud. Well, actually, we will have a black cloud. But the black cloud was started early tonight, as we talked about a no-hitter in Cleveland, and just like that, it's gone. Massey, a base hit for the Royals at the top of the eighth inning. So 10-0 Cleveland leads, and the no-hitter for Ciccone is out the window. Interesting. All right, speaking of black clouds, why don't we do our black cloud play of the day today? All right, we'll use a baseball game real quickly later on before we get back to the football here because they're in a break anyway. So we're going to go with the Dodgers team total. I'm not sure, when we were doing this, putting this thing together this afternoon, Dodgers didn't have a pitcher listed, so I don't want to lay monster odds not knowing who's actually pitching. What I am confident is they're going to get 6 runs. The over-under is 5.5. They're at home. Kind of buck a big trend there, kind of at under, the first game of a series for the Dodgers. 14-2 last 16. This is game 1, but I don't know how they don't get 6 runs tonight. They got a pitcher for Colorado he's winless on the road, 0-6. His ERA is like 8. So this Dollander dude, 6.77. 7. I exaggerate a little, but if the Dodgers can't put 6 runs on the board tonight, Gabe, I would be very surprised. So double down no matter what happens with this football game. Your little bailout special, Dodgers team total over 5.5.
I like where you're going with it. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 165. We know the dominance of the Dodgers for the most part over the Rockies, although they split that 4 set. Tyler Glasnow will be pitching for the Dodgers tonight. And amazing, Scott, he's only pitched against them once in his career, looking at his career numbers, just for the record. So he's only pitched against them once. But you got Glasnow on the hill right now for the Dodgers. They scratched Glasnow on Friday and Ohtani. They moved them around a bit. So the Dodgers, minus 380, Scott. Minus 380. And how about this? So the football game. The football game. All right, so we got a big kick return here, but of course there was a penalty. There's a penalty on the play, so it's coming back. I thought, Scott, for a minute, I was like, whoa, Chicago, we're going to get some pretty good feel. Like, I thought when they said the flag illegal I thought they called it on Minnesota. Did they call this on Minnesota? Yeah, they did. Okay, they did. Yeah, for this new stupid little thing they got, they moved or whatever. Exactly. So they do have pretty good field position. They're starting on the 40-yard line, and just like that, the first pass is completed. There's a big play to Moore, Scott, for our over 57.5. Nice. He just picked up about 30, 35 on that play, I think.
Oof. His number was super low, 57.5.
He's their best guy.
Yeah, he is. We'll see what a Dunze does.
Dunze?
Yeah, he was okay last year, but nothing. A rookie, but nothing.
It's tough, when you're a rookie in a new system. And, speaking of rookies, did you play Colston Loveland at all? I did not. And shout out to our boy Nick Papagiorgio on the chat from Chicago, actually, who said, hey, I'm surprised Morency didn't play Loveland because he's a Michigan guy as well. Loveland was actually J.J. McCarthy's tight end, but he's on the Bears. They raved about him, but they got Cole Kmet. And truth be told, I like Loveland, but only the Bears, Scott, would, draft a tight end in the first round. You already have a tight end. It's a very Cleveland Brown thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a luxury item. Oh, we like this tight end. We already have a tight end. Yeah, but Loveland what? We have other needs, these teams, that they are who they are.
Yeah, to me, how many tight ends are really worthy of being a first-round pick? All time even. I bet you can't name 15 tight ends all time that are worthy of being a first-round pick. Now,
the thing is, you can get a good one. You can get a good one, Scott, in the 3rd round, 4th round. There's a bunch of kids from Iowa, bro. Who's the Hawkeyes tight end? All right, we'll draft them in the 4th round.
Draft him. You know what I mean? You don't even need to know. Just write Hawkeyes tight end on your card. Whoever the starter was.
It's like LSU wide receiver. Yeah, who's Iowa guy? We got a big kid. Okay.
It is true. Alabama running backs, LSU wide receivers, Iowa tight ends, right? You don't even know who it is. So they got so many issues on this team. You tight end was just especially with Kmet. You're right. So it's kind of stupid. But
they haven't even used him. So your 1st round pick, I don't even know he's on the team. It's your 14th overall, 10th overall pick of the draft. Or they picked 9th or 10th. 9th, I think, off the top of my head. Pretty high in the draft to be picking. right? So it's pretty high. All right, Caleb's looking good. Oh, dear, little video game spin move. They're into field goal range here, but we got a third down. So it's like 3rd and 5 for the Bears coming up from like the 30.
You have to throw an interception or incompletion, Caleb Williams. 10 of 10 for 86 yards. Hour number 2, Philly Godfather coming up next.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt, which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game 1, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is In-Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2 as we keep an eye on the NFL, little baseball here as well. So got a moment of truth here for the Bears. 4th and 3.
Big play alert.
Big play alert. Workouts.
The Chicago Bears, 4th and 3. And they called a timeout. I got to tell you guys, I don't know. I know we got Philly Godfather coming in a minute here, Scott. But if you're going to go for it, I hate the timeout first, Scott. I hate that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're going to go for it, know what you're doing, have the play ready, and say, listen, we're going for it. We're calling it in. We're doing this. Let's go. Right? As opposed to let's line up, and then we're going to call a timeout, and then come back out. You're giving the defense time to also rest, get prepared, think about the play, and think, all right, what are they going to dial up right now? If you're going to go for it, just go for it. I hate when teams go for it, call the timeout, or pretend to go for it, call a timeout, and then end up going for it anyways. Hindsight is easy to say. Listen, I'm on the Vikings, but I'm just calling it like I see. I don't like that play call. So they're going to end up settling for the field goal. They don't get it. And the total plummets all the way to 38.5 right now.
Wow. I didn't like the third down play when it was 3rd and 11, handing the ball off, even though they did get 8 yards. But let's get some thoughts from our good buddy, Philly Godfather, who joins us. You've seen here all the time here on the Grid, all over the place, as a matter of fact, on Twitter as well. Philly, what's going on this Monday evening? How are you tonight?
Had a great Sunday. I'm on the Bears tonight, plus 1.5. I went under 220.5 passing yards for JJ. That's looking good for now. But, after last night's game, anything can happen in the second half. Yeah, I mean, I never understand when points are at a premium, when you're playing a good defensive team, I'm all for going for it on 4th down. But, I mean, you got to kick the field goal and try and get some points on the board in games like these, especially with low totals, especially when you're playing a Vikings team that's got a pretty good defense. So it is what it is.
And also 4th and 3, then get the 3. Don't throw it all the way down the field. Get the 3, right? I mean, they went for not a touchdown, but Scott, they pretty much threw it 25 yards through the air. It's not a high probability play to pull off.
No, it's absolutely not. It's a low percentage pass. I mean, why not throw a little 3 to 5 yard dink and dunk, maybe running back out the backfield, something like that. But down the field makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, Bears flip from a dog to a favorite, albeit slight. Philly Godfather -1.5 or +1.5 to -1.5. What'd you make of that? And you seem to think that the Bears are going to win tonight.
Yeah, I like the Bears. I saw the line move. I know why it moved. A couple guys on the Bears were banged up, not playing, and then a couple guys on the Vikings ended up being banged up. So, anytime it goes through that key number of 0, it's really not worth much. I don't really pay much attention to it. I look for other factors when handicapping these games. And I like the Bears this year. I'm bullish on them. I went over 8.5 wins. I'm down on the Vikings. Here's a team that won 14 games last season, and their season win total popped out at 9.5. So that tells you something right there. And you got a kid that had two knee procedures last year, green behind the ears, rookie quarterback JJ playing tonight, on the road. It's tough.
37.5, 4.5 is the point. This is a big drive for the Vikings. Yeah. The Bears get the ball to start the second. Listen, there's still 8 minutes left, but the way the clock is ticking, the possession seems to be at a premium here, right? I mean, you can argue that they might not get the ball back in this drive, like depending on how long this drive takes or in the first half here. So big drive, like you said, too. McCarthy's got to get this thing going. Like they got bailed out with the pass interference call. They moved down the field. Jefferson drops the ball. They just completed a pass to Hawkinson here. But this is a big drive, Philly Godfather, for the Vikings. And listen, Vikings still in this game. I mean, the Bears have left some points on the field here.
Yeah, and you need that momentum going into the locker room at halftime. So Minnesota definitely has to score here, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown to take the lead. If you notice these games, right before halftime, the team that scores comes out in the second half and just plays so much better. So that momentum to me is huge. You got to keep the momentum in your favor, and they definitely got to score in this drive.
All right, Caleb Williams, 10 of 11 for 86 yards. You like them tonight, seemingly. Are you high on the Bears' future? And what have you seen so far from Caleb tonight that you like?
Yeah, he's looked good. He's played solid. Hasn't made any mistakes. I'm always looking for guys that make mistakes, guys that choke in big moments. And like I said before in previous shows, Caleb went to a team last year with some really bad coaching. And usually when that happens, rookies struggle inside the red zone. And now he's got a mastermind at head coach. You saw what he did with the Detroit Lions last year. You see how the Lions have fallen off without him as an offensive coordinator. So I expect the Bears offense to get much better this season. I took a nibble on them at 42-1 to win it all. Now, I don't expect them to win it all, but I think they make the playoffs. And if some other teams that are better than them get a little banged up, they might be able to sneak in there, maybe go deep in the playoffs, and I can hedge some money. So at 42-1, I thought it was a good price.
Bears get a stop. Wow. Bears get the stop. Vikings punt. It was like 4th and a half a yard type of deal, but it was on their own. You know what I mean? I almost thought they were going to go for it for a minute. It looked like McCarthy wanted to, but this isn't college, so they're not. They just punted again. Total is falling all the way down to 36.5 right now, and the Vikings are getting 5.5. Me and Philly Godfather spoke last night, and the numbers were just coming out, Philly, last night. There's been some moves, but we got a good one on Thursday night with the Washington Commanders. It hit 4 last night, Philly and Scott, and it was 47.5 up to 48 now. It seems it's like it's settled back in at 3.5. That's an interesting game on Thursday night. And, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles are now 1-point favorites against the Kansas City Chiefs in KC. And even though it's a revenge spot from the last year's Super Bowl, it's still hard not to like Philadelphia in this game, isn't it, Philly?
I mean, yeah, especially with Xavier going down. I don't think he's playing, so that hurts the Kansas City Chiefs. But again, you saw what Dak Prescott did to that Eagles defense. That Eagles defense is young. They lost 9 defensive veterans, and they were responsible for 46% of the sack rate and 25% of the tackle rate. So, anytime you go up against Patrick Mahomes with a young defense, it kind of scares me a little bit. Thursday night, Packers, big emotional win, division win over Detroit. Commanders didn't look too good playing the Giants. They got the job done. But you guys got to remember last year the Commanders did win 12 games and the Packers won 11. So I think this game's going to be closer than most people think. People are already penciling the Packers into the NFC Championship game.
I know. You got to love the reactions of week one.
Yeah. I will say, what do you make of week one as far as nothing but unders for the most part, right? We've only had 3 overs. This is on pace to go under. And maybe even more importantly, forget about the over-under number, Philly Godfather. You only had 12 teams score 20. You had 12 teams score less than 20 points. That's almost half the league.
Wow.
Yesterday. That's just yesterday. I mean, and that's a lot of like 9, 8, 13s, 17s in there. I mean, what happened to scoring?
Well, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league this year that ain't that good. And you saw what happens last time when you got 2 great quarterbacks. They put up, close to 100 points. So the quarterback play isn't the best this season. A lot of young quarterbacks out there. It's going to take time for them to get acclimated to these new systems, new coaches. So, down the season, midway through the season, we'll see some more scoring, especially with the new rules in the NFL.
You lean towards under though next week? Go ahead.
They haven't adjusted really, Scott. Like there hasn't been an overreaction to it with the odds. That's what I was going to bring up for the totals this week. You have the same numbers, right? There, you got some high 40s, you got some mid 40s. Lowest one is 40 here with the Seahawks and the Steelers, who ironically the Steelers obviously went over. But I think, Scott, we saw it in college, right? Forget about week 0, but we saw like in week 1 when the real teams played. Unders and things started to pick up a little bit. I think it'll pick up. Does it pick up in week 2 or does it pick up in week 3? I guess is the question, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, these young kids, like I said, young quarterbacks, it's going to take time for them to get acclimated. I think it stays the same as week 1. Maybe gets a little bit more scoring.
Talking to Philly Godfather. Philly, great job as always, man. We appreciate it. We'll do it again soon.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
This is the moment every fan waits for. The countdown's over. The road to kickoff has begun.
Play is here to stay.
I'm not going to name names, Kevin.
From win totals to player props, from division races to MVP debates, we've got eyes on every camp and data feeding 24/7, breaking down every angle across the league. Every pick, every edge, every line that matters. SportsGrid. Your road to kickoff starts now.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe on a Monday Night Football. Thanks to the Philly Godfather for joining us, as he does from time to time. Check him out on Twitter. Buy his book that he's got out and help him along here a little bit. Chicago just punted again, 7-3. Boy, they scored on their opening possession. We've seen this 1,000 times. Right down the field, they went on their opening possession. Hot knife through butter, as the saying goes, right? And since that, they did drive the last time, and they went for it on 4th down rather than kick a field goal. So 7-3, Vikings with the ball at their own 24-yard line. What do we got? 5.5 minutes or so, 5:47 left to go in the second quarter. So the over-under is down to 36.5. So you still need 4 touchdowns. And the way these teams are playing, I don't know if we're going to get 4 touchdowns, Gabe. I thought we were going to get some points, but I'm starting to rethink that.
I thought there'd be points too, but somewhat. Look, 36.5, Scott. Are you not surprised, considering the way the game is going, and
a little lower?
There's 10 points. Yeah, that the fact that it's only 1 touchdown off the original number.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's literally because I got a teaser to the over, and I'm like, before I was like, oh God, I'm not even sure about the teaser. Now I'm like, no, the teaser's 36.5. It was 43.5. So that's what it is now. I'm actually surprised. Like, this almost feels like it should be like 31.5 right now already,
right.
Not 36.5.
It's not like both teams are going up and down the field and then turn the ball over a couple times in the red zone.
They're having a hard time getting first downs.
Yeah. I mean, they're begging for under money right now. The Vikings got 45 yards of offense. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, that should not be, 36.5. And it's not even like you can say, well, Minnesota's spreading.
Yeah, 33.5 type deal, but 36, to get to 37. So it just goes to show the algorithm, and like we said, this isn't Fat Tony with a cigar here. This is a computer. So the algorithm is standing pat that this is not like a sure shot going to stay low scoring like this. And right on cue, here's a big play for the Vikings. But there's a flag on the play. Every time there's every time there's this game, just both these teams sloppy, Scott. Penalties on the play,
Yesterday you had how many games had less than 37 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
8 games yesterday. 8 games. 8 out of 13, 14 games, whatever it was, had less than what we have right now.
That's the thing. But, the NFL, though, Scott, gets saved because of their primetime games, right? Like, let's be real. Right. It was an anticlimactic Sunday afternoon, right? There was nothing. The Jets and the Steelers game was good. But for the most part, a lot of just sort of boring football, low scoring, penalties, sloppy. Yeah, it wasn't good. But the Thursday night Cowboy game was somewhat entertaining when it was going on before the delay.
Oh, yeah.
The Friday night game. And then the Sunday night game, right? It's almost like Sunday Night Football saves them. It was like, oh, look, this was the game of the week type of deal. For the record, next week we've got the Falcons and the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. There's a doubleheader next week for Monday Night Football. A 7 o'clock game with Tampa and the Houston Texans in Houston. And the 2 teams that both won in week 1. It actually should be pretty fun, Scott. 10 o'clock Eastern time. Chargers at Raiders in Vegas.
Boy, I think you have Minnesota, Atlanta as your Sunday night one. The NBC must have taken one for the team on that one. You got Chiefs and Eagles next week.
They don't get first choice. Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, looking at the schedule, there's not much next week. Outside of that, outside of Eagles, Chiefs, Bucks and Texans, it would be halfway decent. And then Raiders, maybe.
Yeah, the 1 o'clock slate, Scott, is less than attractive. Like Patriots, Dolphins, Rams, Titans, Jags, Bengals, Browns, Ravens. Bears, Lions is intriguing. Yeah. You got a division game. You got the Bills and the Jets. But, yeah, and then, the prime time, Sunday night, Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings on TV 2 weeks in a row. They get the Monday nighter and the Sunday nighter. And the way that their offense is playing right now, I don't think America's going to want to watch this again. I don't want to watch it again. They're going backwards right now, Scott. It's 3rd and 25 right now.
Is that a fumble? No, it is a forward pass. Yeah. NBC is not liking what they're seeing right now, right? That is, I don't know what kind of hook they could sell you. At least if it was, what's his face playing for Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, then okay, forward team, but he's not playing. It's Michael Penix, so you don't even.
You know what the angle is? J.J. McCarthy played against Michael Penix in the championship game 2 years ago.
Oh,
it's true. It's true.
Oh, yeah,
the Washington Huskies versus the Michigan Wolverines. So there's a storyline. Revenge for Penix. You know.
Good call. That we will have that thrown down there. You're right. That'll be the storyline. Exactly. You joke about it, but that'll be it. So, which isn't a bad storyline, you know.
But that's all they got. So they're going to have to talk about that. That's what they got. You're right. It is strange that this was the one, but like I said, they don't get first call for this. So now they're punting. The Bears, for all this, the Bears are only up by 4. It feels like they're up by more, but they're only at 7-3 only. So, Minnesota are literally one touchdown away from taking a lead in this game. But now Chicago gets an opportunity. They should get pretty good field position here. There was a good punt, actually, but they're going to get the ball at their own 40-yard line right now, Chicago, and they get the ball to start the second half. So we'll see if this game opens up at all here with the Bears on this drive.
Yeah. I can't believe they're still giving me
34
FanDuel. I'm going to hit refresh. Okay, just flipped. Yeah.
I got 34 now.
I was going to say. Yeah, I was
so
going
we
to say.
just said it felt high. I don't want to give up on my play yet, man. But Scott, I got a bunch of touchdown score props. It ain't happening. Like there's nothing happening in this game.
I tell you, I got 36.5 still on my offshore site that I look at it. I don't get it. We got 4.5 minutes left to go in the first half. It's 7-3. Bears have decent field position, but I'm telling you, this game goes over, folks. Just play a little mental hunch of the line makes no sense. They're begging
I just
for
popped a
under
36.5. You're right. The computer refuses to give up on it, Scott.
Yeah.
Like it's a telltale sign. They refuse to. It just popped up to 36.5 for me.
Yeah.
Maybe they know I'm an idiot, though, and I bet overs all the time, and they're trying to rein me in.
Yeah, me too. I bet them all yesterday. How'd that turn out, Scott?
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt, which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game one, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, yeah, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe checking out all the football action. Just want to give one little update. Nice job by Aaron Nola tonight. I can't believe it. He has been nothing but brutal, just brutal since coming off the IL list. He shut out the Mets 1-0. He goes 6 innings, 3 hit baseball, strikes out 7. Didn't see that one coming. First loss for the McLean Kid. So Philadelphia, for all intents and purposes, that's it now for the NL East as the Phillies go up 8 with 22 or so games left. They're not going to overtake that. So Philadelphia gets the one win that they really needed to get last week when they were playing in New York. They didn't get it, but they get it tonight. So nice job by Nola and the Phillies. So 2-minute warning. We're at football here. Bears with the ball. They're driving a little bit at the Minnesota 39-yard line. They get 3rd and 5. Just kind of matriculating the ball down the field. Knowing they get the ball back, Gabe, to start the second half. I think if they're faced with a field goal or bust situation,
this time they'll take
field
it.
goal this drive. Yeah.
This time they'll take it. So this game is, let's just call it off what it is, pretty brutal. And when they showed J.J. McCarthy and they're going off the field, and I saw the score 7-3, and I couldn't help but think, Scott, it's like we're watching a Minnesota Golden Gopher Northwestern game right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like just bad. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's happening. It's rough. And listen, JJ's my guy, so I can't imagine like Twitter what people are saying about him right now out there. Looking at his numbers, Scott. And full disclosure, I bet him over. I got over 1.5 touchdown passes, which could still hit. But the 216.5 yards, that's what he ended up closing at. He's got 20 yards passing right now. He's 4 for 7 for 20 yards. And so his number right now, Scott, is 139.5. I'm thinking about jumping in here to 140. They're going to be down 10-3 here, right? Or maybe more. They could potentially get the ball back before the half here, too. At a little, if he complete a couple of passes. That number will blow up. It's too. Scott, that's like an Army quarterback number. 139.5.
I bet Army beating Kansas State, by the way, this weekend. You're right. The key is if the Bears if the Vikings can force the Bears to a field goal here and have about a minute and 15 minutes, about a minute 15.
But they're not
left,
really
right?
in field goal. Let's see. Here it is. It's 3rd down. Let's see if they get it. They do.
Yeah.
So this is going to chew the clock up. They got the first down right now, but they got out of bounds. Minnesota has 2 timeouts left. But truth be told, the way Minnesota's offenses look, I don't have a lot of confidence they're going to march down the field in 45 seconds here. But
you get a lot of cheap yards though. This last drive, right? I mean, if you can't get a drive going, this situation, then
though, Scott. The thing is, though. Has he played horribly? Like, they haven't really done anything. You know what I mean? They haven't really had the ball. It's kind of a weird – it's not like – put it this way. It's like, oh, my God, he's missing every pass. Or, oh, my God, he's doing this. No, they're going 3 and out, and it's happening quickly, and that's their problem. But they're not throwing the ball. I mean, overall, guys, how many plays have they run? Look, he's thrown the ball. They've run 16 plays. Yeah, you got 18? Is it 18 now?
Hey, I got 18.
Like
here.
that's
18.
So that's just not a lot of plays they've run, right, in this football game. So it's like we haven't seen them do anything, but the clock is ticking away in this game. You can look at it 2 ways. You can look at it like 18 plays you see here, 29-18. The Bears have run 29. But truth be told, what have the Bears done, Scott, since that opening drive? Nothing.
But
and all this Ben Johnson talk, they're running the ball up the middle every play now. Yeah, I don't see anything fancy about this. You're running the ball all the time now.
Yeah. I'll take a flyer on McCarthy over 141.5. Now, if you told me he wasn't going to get the ball back, I still think they're going to call their timeouts. They still need one more first down without the Vikings getting the ball back with about
letting the clock go. So are the Bears. Yeah, the Vikings are tapping out here.
That?
It's ridiculous, Scott. Force their hand.
Yeah, and you don't get the ball to start the second half. If you got the ball to start the second half, maybe, right? Okay, let's get into halftime, and they kind of luck we're down only 1 score. But you don't. I don't.
And it's so stupid, Scott. Now get this. Now they get the stop. Now they just got the stop on 4th down. There's 28 seconds left. You could have had 55 seconds left.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's bad
guys.
And O'Connell's a good head coach. You're telling me nobody in that press box upstairs is yelling down, use your timeouts, use your timeouts? That's dumb.
They clearly decided they weren't going to try anything on offense on the way out.
Wow. Crazy. All right, more coming up in Game Live.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole lot of money in there. Boy, yeah. I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt? Which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game one, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, Jalen Hurts. And then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, oh, it's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe breaking it all down. Final seconds of the first half. So the Bears kick a field goal while we were away. So they lead now 10-3. Vikings have the ball. They have a timeout left for what that's worth. So they're at their own, 32-yard line.
Boom, Wetzel. Boom, just like we call. Boom, they did it.
Yeah.
JJ throws a bullet, baby, right on stride. Well, he must have picked up 30 on that 40. That's going to help our bet for the over.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the passing. You got in too.
Yeah, I got it 140.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
All right, let's go.
Take that. But harken back
he's
to why they didn't
Scott.
call the timeout. Yeah,
he's capable of throwing it. You saw it was a bullet. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like he can't throw it. So just do it. Hurry up. What are they arguing about now? What are we reviewing now? Are they going to say what? He's not in. What he got knee? What he got a knee today? What's going on here? You got knee in the head?
Big Vikings timeout, right?
Yeah, Vikings take a timeout. They're now out of timeouts. So right. I'm not really a fan.
Oh, he was out of bounds. Wasn't he out of bounds?
They're saying he was out of bounds.
All right. I mean, yeah. All right. So they should have no timeout.
Wait. Well, they just completed. They're not saying he's out of bounds, Scott. He took a knee to the head. I don't know what I was like, what are they looking at, though? He took a knee. Dear God, they're attempting the field goal now on first down. What the hell is O'Connell doing?
His knee hit, I will say. Well, I thought he was out of bounds. They didn't have to use their timeout.
What the?
He took it.
50.
All right, so
why don't you just throw a quick? You got to just throw a quick play like to the sideline here and pick up a couple of more yards. Yeah. You got 11 seconds. They really didn't use this. And thanks, Scott. They wasted all the time and they ended up moving the ball down the field quickly anyways. Like, they really screwed this up.
They did.
Unless
I
he
don't
makes the kick
understand why
here.
he wasn't calling the timeouts. I just don't understand why he wasn't calling the timeouts when the Bears had the ball. Bears had timeouts
They made
left,
the
so
kick,
it's not like
Scott.
he worried it. He made it? All right.
59 yarder.
Wow. This is crazy.
JJ's all fired up now after throwing that pass.
Yeah,
see, they got a
why
little
not?
confidence now, though. They see, they're like, all right. You look at that, let's go. Like, to me, if I was the Vikings, I don't know if you agree with me, Scott. If I'm the Vikings, I learned something from this. I would pick up the pace and sort of go into a quicker type thing. The slow offense isn't working. You saw JJ moving fast there. It was fine. Like, pick up the pace, O'Connell.
Yeah. Let him get into a rhythm versus stopping and starting, stopping and starting.
Exactly.
That's what he likes. You keep the Bears defense on their heels. And you just, I don't know what it is, but we see it all the time. When these teams do this hurry up offense, it just gets into a flow a little bit more. Listen, you could go 3 and out. I get it. But you know what? You already tried the regular way, so try something else.
Exactly. That is the problem, though, Scott. When you go 3, because it sounds easy, but a real coach in the room would say, yeah, it's all good, dumbasses. But what happens when you go 3 and out quickly all the time? Your defense is back on the field. And I remember that when Doug Marrone took over with the Bills years ago. Said, I want to play fast. We're going to play a lot faster. And, we played fast. We went 3 and out fast, Scott. Like, it was a problem. It was like, man, we just had the ball for like a minute 30. We're giving the ball back again already. Like, we're playing fast. We're going nowhere fast.
Yeah. If you don't have a bunch of good second stringers on defense, then that's not going to work because the first string's going to get a little tired out. So, all right.
I was
so
going
they
to
kicked
say,
the field goal.
Oh, my God. Watch this,
there.
Scott.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, imagine we get the kickoff return for a touchdown for the total here. The kid popped it, Burton from Missouri, but he got tackled at the 50.
Wow.
Look at the Vikings, though. The Vikings have a little, look at they're all.
Little giddy up?
Yeah. The Viking players are all sort of fired up a little bit, jogging off the field right now. Except J.J. Jefferson looks frustrated. He's the only one. Look at JJ, man. That's a lot of bling he's got around his neck there. Like, but he didn't look too happy, JJ. Hey, JJ, you're the one that dropped the ball, all right, earlier.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I see that. Almost the field goal or the kicker actually made a little distraction. Boy, I tell you what, if they had a couple more seconds left, they could have had a Hail Mary, but they didn't. I'm
so
surprised.
35 and a half. Went back up. It's battling. It's lingering.
11 seconds left. Vikings had the ball, no timeouts. They didn't try like a Hail Mary. They didn't trust the kid. They were right to the field
intercepted.
goal.
It could get intercepted.
I know. You could get sacked. I get it, but
my deal is just you had 11 seconds. That was enough time to run another play and not try to make your kicker make a 59-yard kick. But it seems to me, Scott, and for the record, the long field goal number was 51.5 tonight. It seems to me that the modern kicker, yesterday in the Denver game, it was 53.5. It's the highest one I've ever seen. I've been betting this for like 25 years, 30 years. The highest field goal prop number I've ever seen, 53.5. Now, like, Scott, it's the norm. The norm is 51.5, 50.5 now. And one thing, this stadium, as you know, number one, Santos is not a great kicker, the kicker on the Bears. So you got Santos. This stadium, we've had a lot of missed kicks. It's one of those, it's almost like Pittsburgh, too. There's a few stadiums that aren't, like, conducive. Like, they don't call it the Windy City. It's not that windy tonight, but I wasn't in love with it tonight. I thought it would hit just out of principle. I'm like, it's a new NFL, but 59, Scott, you and I saw, man, these kickers make 58, 59-yarders casually now. It's crazy.
We said it last week. Which game? I forget. It was Thursday's game or Friday's game. One of the two was like 47.5, 48.5. And I remember saying at the time, Gabe, I said, you know what? This might be one of the few times we see it in the 40s now. I think that we're all going to be into
the
like
Brazil game. The Brazil game, I think it was. And Dicker nailed a 58-yarder or whatever it was there.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care. Put them anywhere. Put them on, like, anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's amazing.
They'll miss an extra point, but they'll make a 59-yarder.
Yeah, exactly. How many extra points did we miss yesterday? Or they'll miss a 38-yarder. Poor Koo that cost me one of my overs yesterday with Koo missing that field goal for the Falcons. Would have sent the game to overtime.
Unbelievable.
We had the kid missed
this
the extra
kid is
point
lucky,
in
Scott.
Tampa Bay.
He's missed a lot of big kicks over the years, that guy.
Yeah, he's not bad, but you're right.
late in
I still don't know
games,
how that game's
like you're right,
played.
his percentage is good, but late in games, you know, it was impressive last night. Listen, I know it was like a 41-yarder or something, like what Matt Prater made the kick to win the game last night. But they showed the graphic that he was 23-1. He's made 23 of 24 potential game-winning kicks in his career. Pretty impressive. 24 times game on the line, Prater made it 20, and now 24-1, Scott, in 25 attempts in his life. Pretty impressive number there.
With all the bad kickers, Gabe, and the poor Cleveland Browns kicker, too, right? I mean, he couldn't kick a 10-yarder, let alone, right?
Or Moody, San Francisco?
Oh, exactly. Oh, my. Is that guy atrocious?
And he got drafted in the third round, Scott. Like, he's not just a kicker. Like, I know because he's Michigan. He got drafted in the third round. And, Scott, I swear to God, bro, at Michigan, this guy used to drill 58-yarders in snowstorms. He's terrible in the NFL. I don't know what it is.
You know, it used to be old school that in college they had a tee. You put the ball on a black little
that's what they do in the CFL stills. That's what they do in the CFL stills, Scott.
Really?
You got a holder, but they got a tee. Yeah, they got a holder, but the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what the excuse of why these kickers were kicking in the NFL like they did in college. But now there's no excuse; it's the same thing. And then there's Shanahan after the game saying, "No, he's our kicker." Really?
Because Lynch drafted him, right?
Field goals. I guess that's it. But sooner or later, you just accept the fact he's not any good. Then you got a guy like Prater who's on the open market. You could have had him.
Most of the time, exactly. For nothing. Most of the time, if you were to think about it, Scott, the kickers that get drafted are not that great. Like, it's not worth it. Right. You know what I mean? Like honestly, Janikowski was drafted pretty high for a kicker by the Raiders.
He was pretty good. He was good.
He had a long career. Yeah, so he was good. Yeah. Same thing with him, though. They always, you can kick it from 65 yards. He would never make them, Scott. He boomed them, but they were never good.
Yeah. They would all go on out, because we go 70 yards, but it wouldn't be like my hook shot in golf, It wasn't going straight.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt? Which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game one, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game day here on the grid. Monday Night Football. Keeping an eye on that. A little baseball as well, Scott and Gabe, until the end of the football game. But we're at the half. It is 10-6. Minnesota kicking a field goal there, and basically the last play of the first half. Bears will get the ball first to start the second half. Throw the numbers out there before we bring on Mark Zitto, SportsGrid Radio TV host. You see it here all the time. Bears laying 4.5, and the over/under 36.5. There you go. So, Mark, 10-6, Bears leading the Vikings. Well, your impressions of the first half, and if you didn't have a dog in the fight to start, where would you go now?
I mean, the under, obviously. It's funny. I'm just mad at myself because I said first half under the whole way, and I said that both these coaches would start conservatively. I didn't think they were going to press their quarterbacks all that much. I didn't think that they were going to try to do too much with them. And, of course, they didn't, and I didn't bet it because I promised myself I wasn't going to bet the Bears until after week 4 because I think they have the highest ceiling and the lowest floor of any team in the league. The variance is wild with this team right now and not knowing what they're really going to be able to do. So I stayed off of it, but I did grab Hawkinson over 41.5 receiving yards, and dear Lord, J.J. McCarthy has got to learn how to throw the ball to somebody on his team.
If you look at the Minnesota numbers, it's the wide receiver prop right now. It's incredible how low they are. So there's got to be an opportunity here. The question is who. I liked Hawkinson over 4.5 catches, Mark. I thought he was going to be a big part of the offense tonight. Hawkinson right now, yards is 25.5. Justin Jefferson has 4 yards. His prop is 36.5 right now. You got to believe they're going to get the ball at Jefferson a couple of times here in the second half, guys. 36.5.
But, Gabe, do we? I mean, like, if that was a normal quarterback and a normal offense, somebody who had actually played a game before tonight, yes, I would tend to agree with you. But I don't know that I can trust at this point in time this offense to do anything competent. Like, what's the Vikings team total for the game? Is it even 20? Are you telling me they're going to put 2 touchdowns up in the second half? I don't see it. They're not moving.
You know what the team total is? 15.5.
I mean,
I'm going to bet it. I say they get to 16. I'm taking it.
They're going to have
10 points.
But they only have 80 yards in the first half. I mean, their yards per play is 42. That is like epically bad. I mean, they're not converting on third downs. None of it looks good.
They did at least get a field goal on that last drive. They got it. Can that continue for an entire game? Like, you're right. Everything you said is 100% right. I mean, the numbers are awful, obviously.
But they got to start running their offense, Scott, right?
Yeah.
They got to start running their offense.
Well, why did they wait 30 minutes to start running their offense? I mean, this is their offense. Like, this was my concern with Minnesota. Like, again, it's hard to know what J.J. McCarthy really was going to be. We all had this general assumption that everything was going to work because we saw what Kevin O'Connell did for Kirk Cousins and then what he did for Sam Darnold. So we just assumed J.J. McCarthy was going to fit. I'm not mad at anybody for making that assumption, but this was the other side of it not working, and right now it doesn't through 30 minutes, very early, but I don't know if they snap out of this.
I tell you what, would you bet, Mark, now, like FanDuel doesn't have the line, but I'm sure other sites do. What you've seen so far, would you bet the Atlanta Falcons right now, next week, hosting Minnesota? Because you know that line's going to change. If he plays this early for the entire game.
So we'll mark
Atlanta.
It's 4.5 now. So let's see what it is after, right? And this game isn't over yet, but it's a good point to bring up. It's 4.5 right now. Will there be movement? I guess is the question.
Right.
I mean, again, I don't know. Like, what I watched for the first 30 minutes did not look like a professional NFL offense, and that scares me. And it's
but they're down 10-6 only right now, right? Like the Bears scored on the first drive, and they really we got a game here still. So the Vikings have struggled, but we still have a 10-6 game.
Let's go back to yesterday with Seattle and San Francisco. Like, look what happened in the second half of that game. Seattle's offense got actually worse. I mean, so I don't know that.
Well, Minnesota's can't get worse. They can't get worse.
They can't get worse than what we've seen. So,
but I don't have a whole lot of faith right now in Minnesota to produce any sort of forward momentum offensively unless the run game starts snapping out of it. You want to know why? Because all the quarterback has to do is hand the ball off, and everybody else takes care of the rest.
See, me and Wetzel feel differently. We hit J.J. McCarthy in-game passing yard props over, so we're hoping that this thing.
I mean, what's the number? 120?
It was
not far off. I got
what
it
did I get?
140, but I think
I got
a little lower. I think you had 130.
138 and a half. We took it like mid-second quarter type deal or late second quarter.
And I don't necessarily think what your logic was flawed. If he snaps out of it, something dynamic happened at halftime, and the coaches made some major adjustments. I don't see it. Like it's not. I'm more skeptical at this point in time. And the rub is this: I really don't think this is a very good defense they're facing. It's better. It's better than what it used to be, but I don't think it's great. It's not like this was, the Tennessee against Denver, where that is a great defense, and they stifled them. This is on a good day, a good defense, and that's about it. So I'm very concerned about the Vikings here in the second half and my TJ Hawkinson prop.
All right. What about the Bears? Would you see anything out of the Bears that would make you play some Bear props?
I mean, DeAndre Swift rushing touchdown. I mean, is there an anytime touchdown available for him? At some point in time, they got to knock on the door. At some point in time, they got to knock on the door. I mean, Caleb Williams is going to throw a touchdown. Plus 240. He's going to throw a touchdown.
For DeAndre Swift to score a touchdown.
I still think
there's only been one touchdown in the game, right? I mean, Caleb Williams is the only touchdown scorer here. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's their leading rusher, too. Go figure. Especially if they have a lead, you'll start to see them start to hand the ball off more. If they start to feel really confident that their offense, or their defense rather, is going to shut down Minnesota's offense the way it is, then, yeah, I think run could be very heavy in the second half.
I put the plays in, guys, for everyone tuning in. And Wetzel, I think you and I feel a little differently about it, Mark. I'm just going down with the ship here, but I took the over 15.5. I'm a sucker. We're scoring 10 points. We're scoring 10 points here.
We're scoring 10.
Yeah, over 15.5. And I took Jefferson over 35.5 receiving yards. He's at 4.
I like that. Mark, good job, man. Appreciate it. We'll do it again soon.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Like it or not, 18-year-olds dropped with a whole heck of a lot of money in there. Boy, I tell you, it changes people, Donnie, and it's a new reality that we better get used to in college football, because look at the kid from UCLA, former Tennessee quarterback, making millions of dollars. You really think he cares? They got absolutely embarrassed and trounced.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Dallas Cowboys losing that pass rush, losing another big impact player on the defensive side, all this does is make me like Dak Prescott more and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens more, because what we talked about all offseason, right, Matt, which is, hey, when Dak is healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and the defense we think is okay, but we think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. Now I definitely think there's going to be a lot more shootouts.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
So game 1, I already made a mistake. I put my touchdown prop bets in hours ago. When you and I started talking before kickoff, I got so excited and I bet him again without even thinking that I already did it.
I
was like, Jalen Hurts. I was like, and then I was like, wait, I think I already did this. And I scrolled down. I was like, yeah, you already did do this. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Thanks again for Mark Zitto joining us as he does from time to time. Nice little return for the Vikings. I'm telling this is going to go over 36 and a half.
39 and a half now. 39 and a half.
Yeah. Take that, Zitto.
So they get the big return. And now there's just a 15-yard penalty. They smoke McCarthy in the head. Dude, the Bears are bearing it up, Scott. I'm telling you. I'm not out of this with the Vikings, bro. The Bears have had an opportunity to pull away in this game, and they haven't. And it looks to me like the Vikings get a little bit of swag here. We'll see if they can take advantage of this and make some plays, but I say they do.
Yeah, got it down to the Bears 34, I see. 2nd and 10 right now. It's got to open up. Listen, it's the NFL. This is not, Topeka High and I got a bad player. He wouldn't be starting if he couldn't show you a little something, right? I mean, listen, maybe it's just nerves, his friends, his family. They're all, as you mentioned earlier, he's from Chicago, first game, national TV. You do have to give the kid, to be fair, as I always am, at least a half to kind of get his feet wet, right? If he doesn't do any well in the second half, then maybe you bet Atlanta. But I'm going to be, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and see if he can do something. Because I'm telling you, that line 36 and a half, it's up to 38 and a half now. It's got sucker. They're begging for under money. I'm telling you, somehow or another, that game's going to go over. You watch.
I took the over 15 and a half. So I would really like a touchdown here, and all I need is another field goal for the rest of the game. What I don't like, Scott, and you talked about it earlier. Listen, O'Connell knows more about football than you and I will. You know what I mean? I'm not calling him out here, but you got J.J. McCarthy. Don't run the ball on 1st and 2nd down and make him throw on 3rd down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're not putting him in the best situation here. Throw on 1st down and mix it up a little bit. The Bears know, all right, it's 3rd and 8. They don't have a choice. They got to throw the ball now, which, they're putting him in a tougher spot doing this. And, oh boy. Well, we got points. But JJ just got his first lesson in the National Football League. Pick six.
Wow.
Pick 6.
How about that? It's funny.
He threw it out. 42 and a half, Scott. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
42 and a half. And guys, think about it. Oh, I'm with you, Scott. I didn't panic. I just don't want to upset Mark. He's a scary dude, right? So, so I was like, all right, I'm not going to challenge him on this too much. But all kidding aside, right, he's like, that's terrible. Like you said, he acted like we were watching, Merrimack and, and Wolford play here, right? He was it's the worst ever. It's like, there's got to be point. Yeah, but JJ, there's your lesson, JJ. But what did I just say about the play call? Why do you put him in a 3rd and 8? And why you throw the out pattern? You set him up in a bad spot there, Scott. It's just, no excuse for him. It is what it is. But that didn't have to happen. You got things going here. You're moving the ball. Stay ahead of the sticks. Just, dump it off. Don't do this 1st down, 2nd down, have to pass on 3rd down thing. And that's what they're doing all game. The Giants used to do that to Daniel Jones all the time. You're putting him in a bad spot.
Yeah. Even when they had the penalty, they were still running on 1st down. After the 15-yard penalty.
That's what I didn't like, Scott. After the penalty, got a little momentum there. Yeah. Go to Jefferson there. Go down the field there,
I don't know how it's possible. Maybe it's just one of those games. But Justin Jefferson not only, is invisible as far as really making receptions. 1 reception for 4 yards, Gabe. He's got how many targets? 3. I mean, you're into the 3rd quarter. Your best wide receiver, one of, if not the, but certainly one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and you're throwing him the ball 3 times. When you got a rookie quarterback, set him up. It doesn't have to be rocket science.
I'm with you,
You don't have to throw the ball 30 yards down the field.
Snap the ball.
Just throw little screens.
Snap the ball.
Exactly.
Throw it sideways. Throw it sideways right to him. Exactly. Snap it. There you go. Yards after catch. Yeah. I totally agree. Or a little slant right away. Just boom. I totally agree. Right. Listen, everyone's going to throw a pick. It's happening. All right, he gets it out of his system here. His first pick 6. Now we're going to learn about him here, Scott, right? And if you're O'Connell, you're going to have to live and die with him. I mean, the kid's starting his first game, so let him play. Let him make the mistakes. You know what I mean? Let him whatever. Let him throw the football here. But we got a 17-6 game. Now we'll see what McCarthy's made up if he can respond after that pick six.
From a gambling's perspective, if you have just McCarthy, passing yards, that's actually a pretty good thing. Because now they really have to throw the ball. So,
we got a game. 17-6 suddenly.
Yeah.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky.